and good morning. This was not the video that I had intended for today. I wanted to continue working on our little journal, but gosh, you guys, I got so many comments about the weaving for Index Card Friday that ran the from like just absolutely loving it to no, there's no way I'm doing that. No, that's too complicated. That's too difficult. That I just thought, okay, let's do another, guys. Yeah, because weaving. Now, if you don't like weaving, that's totally different. But it felt like there were some of you that just thought, oh, that's way too difficult. Well, weaving is strictly over, under, over, under. It can't get easier than that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do another project. And it is this bag. I went ahead and I wove this bag, just thinking this should fit in a journal because this measures what, 2, 4, 5 inches. So if you've got a journal that's 5.5 or 6 inches wide, this should fit in there. And then I went ahead and I created a little tag, but I've not attached the tag yet. We are gonna make this, but it won't have butterflies. I don't think it will. Well, it's gonna have probably have butterflies, but not this one because I don't want to do two exactly the same. So I might do like 3 using this die set. I'm not real sure yet, but yeah, we are going to create this, and then I'm going to give this and the one we create today away on Index Card Friday. So there'll be 3 woven giveaways Index Card Friday. But I just kind of wanted to go over the simplicity of weaving, especially if you have a lot of scraps. So somebody had commented that they had seen other crafters weave and the process was different. And that piqued my curiosity because they didn't leave me any links to go check, so I kind of had to go research it on my own. And weaving is always over, under, over, under. It doesn't matter what you're using. You can use ribbon, you can use fabric, you can use yarns, any kind of textiles, papers, reed, if you're doing baskets. But the one crafter I saw, what she did is she vertically laid out her strips. So in other words, she would have all of her strips, however many. Let's just say you were going to do 10. She had them all laid out like that, and she had them all anchored at the top. So then all you would do is you would weave your horizontal strips. It's the exact same thing that I'm doing, only I think because I used to weave baskets and sell them. You never start at a handle and weave a basket. You usually start right in the center and weave out. And so for me, I like to have that grid. And so that's how I do it. But you do it whichever way you want to set it up to do. I just think for me, it's easier that way. So we are going to do another weaving video today. Here's the bag. And you could weave right on this bag if you wanted to. I kind of like the heftiness of weaving on a piece of scrap cardstock and then attaching this to whatever. So we're going to weave on this. And what I'm going to do then is find the center of this as best that I can, so that I'm on camera, but I also can see. Try to get this as straight as I can. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on the bottom, not so much the top, so that I can see, you can see, and I can see. And then I'm just going to take and anchor this down with a little bit of washi tape, just like I did the index card. And you can free form your weaving, so you can have big gaps, big holes. You can kind of go off on the diagonal. That is strictly up to you, however you want to do that. There's no right or wrong. So instead of 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch strips, just to show you, I think I might have made it look more complicated than it is, strictly because I was concentrating on the camera, concentrating on the weave, and trying to speak to you. I may have made it look way more complicated than it is. That may not work. So what I'm going to do is take a 1-inch strip, and I'm going to try to find my center, and I'm not going to really care so much about that because that is not what is really important. The center is really not the big deal. But I kind of like to go there. It's just me. So I am going to anchor down this. I'm going to call it my center. And then I'm going to come under here with this strip. And I'm going to call this my center. So these two pieces here are what is going to create for me the beginning of our project. Okay? So from here, because this is over, we know if we're going to go up this way, we need to go under. If we're coming this way, because this is under, we need to go over. So we will put the next one in on the upper and the lower from this first strip here. So let me find some pieces that I know are gonna fit. And because I have a 1-inch, I'm going to go with a 1/2 inch. So I know this is on top, this needs to go on the bottom. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, do I want a 1-inch strip? I think I want, just for me, I want a 1-inch strip. So I am going to go with this one. So we're going to go under, because this is a 1/2 inch strip. I want this to be a 1-inch strip. That's just strictly me. You would do what you want to do. So I'm going to cut that. Now it's going to sit there like that. And then I think I'm just going to take this same piece. We're going to do the same thing down here, because this is over. This has to go under. And the more pieces you put in, the more anchored it becomes. And I think because this wants to move, I'm going to just go ahead and put a little piece of washi tape. Use painter's tape, whatever tape, non-stick tape you want, just to kind of help me hold that down. So I could continue all the way up, all the way down, and completely finish this. But because I like to see what patterns I'm going to be putting together, now that I've done 2 horizontal, I'm going to do a couple vertical. And I am going to go ahead, because this is a 1-inch, I'm going to pull this 1/2 inch. This is over, so this is going to go under. This is under, this is going to go over, and then this is going to go under here. So it's always over, under, or vice versa, under, over, but the process is always the same. So it's easy, and I want you to get that, because I think by what I had done, or how I had explained it, some of you just thought, oh, there's no way. There's just absolutely no way. And yeah, there is. You can do this. So we've got that. Now I'm just going to turn around and do the same thing on the other side, using something different. do I have? I have this guy here. It's all about the scraps. So we're going to go under, over, and under. And is it fidgety? It's fidgety in the beginning because nothing's anchored down. Everything's really kind of loose. And so it does get fidgety until you get things placed. And if it's easier for you to glue everything down, like you could be gluing your very edges, but you have to remember, you've got to be able to get underneath these strips to continue weaving. So use your tape if you want to use your tape. So let's go ahead and grab an inch, and I'm going to grab this. So this was under, so this is going to be over, this will be under, and this will come over this one. Just like that. Just like that. It's that simple. And then we're going to go ahead and do something on the other side. And I can see that I've just about used my strips up, but I've got this, oh no, I've got these here. So let's put this pink in, because I've not used that. So that's over. Okay, this goes under and over this. And we'll pull this down. So we've got that. Anchor that back down. Just like that. So you can see it coming along. So now I feel like I need to start anchoring this up here. So let's go ahead and put a pink one here. This is under, so over this, under, over, just like that. Just like that. And then let's take this piece here, and it's going to be under, over, over this, and under this. Easy peasy. This is easy peasy. Do you see it coming together? And then you can worry about moving your strips when they're better anchored. So let's come down here. Let's take this piece here. We're going to go under, over. Well, actually, we're going over, under. That would be over. Okay, wait a minute. Over, under, over, under, and over this, like that. And then let's take, can I fit this in? I can fit this in if the ends are going to be under something. I can fit this in if the ends will be under. I'm going to be cutting a lot off of that because it is much wider than what I have left there. So I think let's go with this piece here. So over, under, over, and then that does it for this end here. We are done up there. We have the bottom down here. This would be over, under. Let's see if I can hide these ends, and I think I can. I can't. Yeah, I'll be able to hide those. They're just shy, but I'll be able to hide them with the piece that comes, because we're going to have one more piece here. So we need another piece here. Let's go ahead and use this one. This butterfly one, it isn't going to matter. This is going to be over. We will finish the top and the bottom by doing this. And then we have a piece to put on each side, and we're done with that. So we've got that. So then I have just the tiniest bit here that shows. So I am going to go ahead and let's see how we will go here. This is over this, so this is going to go under, over, under. That's wrong. Okay, did I mess up somewhere? No. Okay. This is over, this goes under, then over, then under. That can't be right because this is over. So this goes under, over. There's no, okay, see, somewhere that I've messed up, because if this is under, oh, that goes over and under, that's why. Okay, Charlotte, no wonder you're confused. Listen to me. Okay, here we go. Over, under this, over, under, over this, then under, over this, under this, over, under this. We are going to get there. Get a tool, because I have this, I shorted this end here. It wants to give me a little headache, but we're doing it. There we are. There we are. I'm going to put just a little bit of tape right there. Keep that in place. So that side is done. This side, we need one more little piece. And let's go ahead and go with this orange. So this is under, this will be over, under, over, under this, over this, under this, over, under. That's all it is, over, under, and over this. So pull this down. All right, we're there. So now what we want to do is check it all out. Are you happy with it? Kind of go ahead and get your pieces tight as you can. Move your strips so that they're in as close together as you want them. If you have gaps, no big deal. But if you don't want gaps, this is when you are going to straighten things up. And when you have it the way that you want it and you're happy with it, then we're going to get the glue bottle out and we're just going to kind of anchor things down. So let's begin right here. Dab of glue. Dab of glue. Go with all your overs. Dab of glue. Just kind of trying to keep things in place. I'm going to turn this, literally pick it up, turn it. Just kind of making sure that everything is where we want it. And so what we have is this woven piece here, just like that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this card and we're going to cut the excess off, because we have all these little bits and pieces hanging. We don't want that. So we're going to cut this off. Once we see on here how much more, because I don't want to cut this whole strip off, so I am going to kind of divide what I've got as best I can in between this here like that. So I'm going to cut some off at the bottom, I'm going to cut some off at the top, I'm going to cut some off on the sides. So I just want to get this to where I'm not cutting like a whole inch off the bottom or the top, or I'm not cutting a whole half an inch off the sides. So we just want to anchor this just a little bit. And then we're going to cut it according to this card. So we're going to take this. I'm not even going to look at the front. It doesn't matter. I know it's woven. It's going to be great. So we are going to trim this off. And we're going to see what we have. Be the big reveal. If you're still intimidated, and that's okay, cut 1-inch strips and do a tag, or half-inch strips and do a tag. Do something very simple and then expand out from there. You know, not everybody probably likes this effect, but look at how cool this is. And we have more scraps than we ever had before. Look at how cool looking this is. I mean, guys, really, come on. That is just really, which way's up, which way's down? I think we're gonna go this way. So then we take our bag, and because I am going to stitch this on the bag, and I will stitch the top first, because obviously if I stitched the top on the bag, I'm going to close the bag. So I will stitch the top first and then come around and stitch this on the bag. And do you see how cool this looks? So I am really quick going to go stitch this, and I will be right back. So this is the back. I went ahead and I stitched this and then came down and stitched on the bag itself. Now on this one that I did, I noticed some of the weaving, you could see that it wasn't laying flat. And what I did is I went ahead and I don't know, it bothered me, so I just took and put a little bit of glue, held it down. I don't know why. Personal preference. So if it bothers you, I mean, it's kind of cool standing up because it is woven, but that just bothered me, and so I went ahead and stuck my little glue nozzle in there and gave a little squeeze. So here's our bag, and then what I did is the pink was too pink. I wanted it a little bit darker, so I took some vintage photo and just went over it a little bit just to make it a little bit more kind of ruddy looking. And if I believe, I don't think I went around, maybe I did go around the edges of my bag. But I also thought about when you've got these little spaces here that are open, what you could do with them. So you could do some stamping, you could add some flowers in there, you could add some words. So I think if you've got some plain paper like that that doesn't have a whole lot of pattern, that there's, you could add bits of washi tape. I just think there's a whole lot that you could do with that. So now the question becomes, what am I going to do with the front? Well, you're going to have to wait on that because that's going to be a surprise. I will not do the same thing that I did on this. I think I will do butterflies, but I might do a set of 3. But I do have the same tag. I did cut out. I might use that side instead of this one here. I might use this side just to be different, and maybe I'll put it, I don't know, that looks really good though. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. So guys, I hope if you were intimidated by this in any way, that you will give it a go, because it's simple. The effect is going to be different with every single one that you do. So the patterns are endless, and you can't go wrong. So I was thinking, how cute. I almost wove this. I almost took 1/4 inch and wove the tag, but then I thought the tag wouldn't even show up if I did that. But you know, think about doing that, because how cute would that be? So these are going to be Friday giveaways along with the index card. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. And what's going to happen Friday is I had so many comments that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to start over, and I am going to make a whole new container of names from all those comments on Friday. So if you're new to my channel and you want to get in on that, make sure that you hop over to Index Card Friday of last week and make a comment, because that's where I get the names for my drawings. So yeah, guys, I hope that you like this, and we will continue. I am probably 5 weeks behind on Margaret Miller on the planner collage, and we're just going to have to double down on that. And I think at the end of this week we are going to the mountains, so I don't know how I'm going to catch up, but we will catch up. Meanwhile, we are going to work on our little journal and get that done, and that's probably going to be the next video. So I will see everyone then, and have a really, really great Monday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.